Alright, just got some new tires in for the BMW. It's a 2011 535i right here. And I have some Goodyear tires in the front. They keep getting a bubble on the side well, and then they rip. So this has happened already twice to me, and they're run flats. So I decided to get some Pirelli P0s, and these ones are all season. They don't look too much different on the tread from the one I got. Pirelli run flats in the back. I know they say it's not recommended to mix them, but I'm not racing in the car. I'm not flooring it. I'm just it's just a family car, and it rains a lot where I'm at, in the city where I'm at living. And so this is 245 40 19 that goes in the front, and then I have 275 35 19s in the back. They're a lot wider. So these ones are only $100 a piece, which is really cheap considering the fronts run flats were 300, and even the rears in this brand will be 275 bucks for each one for the back. So I decided just to leave. I'll show you guys in a second. I decided just to leave the run flats because they're brand new. I just bought these. These is the same brand P0, but they're run flats. Okay. So the tread, I don't know if you see the tread. It's got three big ones and a skinny one here. It's similar to the one I got, but the all seasons that I got. So all seasons, they have just a little bit slight different pattern, but they're similar. Okay, but these were 900 bucks installed because I had to get an alignment, and that cost 200 bucks. Tires itself were over 300 bucks a piece. So I don't really want to buy another set to replace these. But yeah, we'll see how it handles after I get these all seasons put on the front, which are not run flats, by the way, like I said. So I'm gonna have two non-run flats in the front and two run flats in the back. Same brand tire, just one's all season, one's a summer tire. Which summer tires, even though they say summer, they do great in the rain, but they're not good at all in the snow and ice. I've tried to drive up a driveway with about this much snow, just not even a half inch of snow, and these things were just spinning out. They're no good for snow and ice, but they're not made for that. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the shop. I'll show you guys the tire that bursted over here. So this is and I am able to drive on it still. It's a Goodyear, what was the brand, Excellence, which had a lot of reviews where people were getting pops on the sidewell. This thing looked like a blister, and when the blister pops, it's just a big, all the air comes out pretty much. I'm thinking this is probably older than 7 years, because it's a 2011, and yeah, these tires don't last too long. It's only got 70,000 miles on the car, but again, I don't race this car or anything, even though it's got over 300 horsepower. I think it's 350 or something like that, and it's supercharged. Yeah, so that's the tire. These are not, I don't recommend these tires, guys, because of the fact they're so low profile, and I don't know why they just keep getting chewed up. They keep getting pops on the side. This is the second tire that did it, and I'm just done with them. And if you go on reviews online, you'll see that everyone that has run flats always tells you that they're prone to getting bubbles on the sidewell, which doesn't even make sense, because I thought the sidewells were thicker, so you think it'd be stronger, but actually I don't know, I guess it makes it weaker that they're so thick. Alright, let's check out the tread too on this one. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4 really thick lined treads. This little tread here, which is exactly the look of the ones that I just bought. And so these are run flats too, but they're Goodyear, and those are Pirelli's P0s, and these are the Excellence ones that came with the car. So I've never had any problems driving the car, turning or anything. You'll if you research about mixing run flats with a different brand, or mixing run flat with a non-run flat, you're gonna hear people saying, oh, it's dangerous, don't do it. But honestly, the only difference really besides the pattern of tread and the brand, is run flats, the sidewall is thicker. So when you get a flat, you can see it's not completely flat. I still have that strength on the sidewall lifting up the tire, the rim from the concrete. I will say though, I drove this the other day when it was kind of a cold day. It wasn't, there was snow on the ground still, but not on the roads. But when I got it home, I could see steam from this tire. So that the steam was there because the tire itself was hot from driving it, because there's no air in it. There's no air to help support the tire, you know, to keep it from hitting the rim, and so it puts more stress on the actual tire itself. You could touch the tire after driving it and it's warm to the touch. You'll touch the other tires that have air in it and it's not warm at all, it's cold. So actually, yeah, you can't drive on these for more than 50 miles. Some say 100, but yeah, I would go slow in them. It's only about $20 to put on each tire, so it's $40, $3 to throw each tire away. So
here's the shop. It's a pretty big shop.
Alright, here's the old tire off, and you can see the hole right there. Goes all the way through that sidewall. And there's the cut. So that was a bulge, and it ended up popping right there. And this is really thick. I can't even bend this at all. That's how thick this thing is. It feels like a good inch thick sidewall. Alright, I just got the tires put on and I'm driving, test driving the car, and it don't feel any different. Actually, it feels better than before, of course, because the tire was popped on one side. But they say that, oh, if you cross the tires run flats to all season, or winter to this all season, or run flat to non-run flat, that you'll have turning issues, which I don't know. I don't feel anything. Maybe you have to be in the rain to feel it, but we'll see. It seems pretty fine to me. Of course, I just got them, so I'll have to drive them for a little bit and see. Let's take a look at how they look from the outside. So there's the Pirellis run flats there, P0s, and here is the all-season P0s Pirellis. They look about the same in height, so I was worried about that. They look about the same. I'd say this piece here, this little groove here, is a little smaller there than these ones. These ones are a little bit thicker, but it could be because this is a wider tire. This is 275 35s. But, and then the treads right there, you can see how it looks. And then you can see how these ones look. And we'll take a look at the run flat tire in the trunk. Okay, and you could see why these are run flats. They're so thick. If I put my fingers in here, I mean, it's like an inch thick right there, which is really solid. There was nothing wrong with this tire on the other side, so I kept it. And it pretty much has the same tread up from the tires I just got. It's got, you know, it looks similar. Except for these are all season, so it just means that they have little more grooves in them, pretty much. Like you'll see little skinny grooves here, here, you know, a lot of different grooves. And if you look at this tire, a summer tire, it's got less grooves in it. See that? It's more smooth. Sure, it's got grooves here, but for the most part, it's a more smooth tire. So take a look at that one more time so you can compare. Actually, I'll put it right next to the other tire so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, you can see this one's got way more cuts in it, and this one's, it's a softer material as well. This is going to be, this is a 500 tread wear. This is probably 220, I think that's what it was. A lot softer, which means these are going to be worn out a lot quicker than these ones. You can see how smooth these are, and if you run your hand through this, you can feel it grips your fingers. This one doesn't. And you can see the old tire, the Goodyear Excellent Summer Tire Treadwear 240, traction A and temperature A. And you can see this one, the new one I put on, the all season Treadwear is 500. Traction's AA and temperature's A. So a little better on the traction on this tire, and it's a little harder material, which means it's not gonna go bald as fast as these summer tires do. Anyways, that's it for this video. Happy with these tires, these Pirelli P0s, all seasons. If you have to get new tires, I'd recommend all season tires over the summer ones, just for the fact, especially if you're in a place where it rains a lot, snows, you'll have better traction and stuff than these summer tires. And you don't have to switch them out every other year, every other summer. And yeah, I think when these tires go out in the back, I'm going to put all seasons in the back, but for now I'm just going to leave them. If anything major happens where I'm driving and it's kicks out from me from me on a turn or something, I'll let you guys know in a new video. But as far as I'm concerned, for right now, I think it's totally safe to drive like this. And again, if I have any issues in the future where it feels like it's unsafe, I'll let you guys know in a new video. So if there's no new videos, go ahead and get yourself some new tires all season and mix them with the summer tires. It'll be okay. Again, as long as you're not racing the car, you're not hitting high speeds over 100 miles per hour on the freeway and stuff. And here we have the run flat tire next to a regular tire from a Firebird. This is a 15-inch rim, and you can see easily I can push this sidewall in with my thumb, and this one I can't even budge it at all. So that's how sturdy these run flat tires are. It'd be cool if they made them for Firebirds, especially the Knight Rider car, because in the show, if it got punctured, it could inflate itself and still drive even after a puncture. And that is even if it could get punctured, because a lot of the times I think they try to puncture the tires and they couldn't do it. But anyways, it's a good design, run flat tire. I like it, but they are expensive. They're 300 bucks a pop pretty much, and just saving, I think it was 200 bucks compared to 600 bucks for the front tires makes a big difference in the wallet. I mean, that's 400 bucks. If I do get a flat, tow truck, I do have tow service, doesn't cost me anything, and it's just another $100 for a new tire. So it saves me 400 bucks putting non-run flat tires on. But I do like the concept of the run flats. I just think the low profile of these tires, I don't know, something about it. I don't know why if it's so thick, why these keep getting ruptured from the sidewalls so much. And if you go online, so many people will tell you, well, they'll get like a bump here in the sidewall from hitting a bump in the street, a pothole or something, and it'll just rip, and then they're useless. So that's the one negative side effect that I see, at least in the Goodyear brand tires. I haven't had that happen yet on the Pirellis, but I have had it happen on these Excellence by Goodyear.